Hi there friends and welcome to HDpiano. My name is JC and in today's lesson I'm going to teach you how to play Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. In this first section I'm going to show you how to play the intro and the instrumental of the song, which sound something like this. Here we go. 2, 3, and... Alright, that was the intro and the instrumental sections. To check out part 2 and all of the rest of the sections for this video series, head out to HDpiano.com where you will find this and literally hundreds of other great piano lessons that are available to you right now. Now before we dig in, I've got a question for you guys. I want to have a little fun, confession time. All right. So how many of you guys have listened to Eye of the Tiger while working out and, maybe even imagined yourself as Rocky Balboa? Come on now, be honest. Now, I'll be the first to admit it. I'll confess. I'm a runner, and sometimes when I go running, I love to listen to Eye of the Tiger. Just imagine myself as Rocky running up the stairs. I don't know. It pushes me through that last mile or two. So how about you guys? Let's have a little fun time. Drop a comment below in the comment section below this video. Let me know if you've ever done that before. Let's have a little bit of fun. But now in all seriousness, before we dig in, I've got a couple of housekeeping items I want to talk about. First of all, we're playing in the key of C minor, which is the same key signature as E flat major. That means we've got 3 flats, E flat, A flat, and B flat. Okay, now this is middle C on my keyboard. And we're starting our song an octave below that on this C with the left hand. We're in 4/4 time. Now this, to be honest, these first 4 bars is probably the most challenging section of the song because you've got to play these fast C notes over and over again. So what's happening is that note is played every 16th beat. So these are 16th notes for 4 long bars, and it's growing with intensity as it goes. So now the key to make that happen is going to be in the wrist. You want to use your 1 and 3 finger and alternate them back and forth on that C and just rotate your wrist as you go. And my recommendation would be to start slow and then just kind of slowly build your speed until you're at tempo, okay? That would be the way to go. Now, another thing to keep in mind is the first note of each beat, you might want to accent it. So, okay, so bop, bop. And that's going to land on your thumb every time as long as you start with your thumb, okay? So that's the first thing you want to keep in mind. And the next thing you want to remember is that as it goes, it grows in volume. So you start kind of soft. And as you get into it, you're growing in volume, setting you up for that huge crash on that first chord, okay? So that's the first 4 bars. Now the next section is... it starts on a C minor chord in the right hand, and that's with an E flat on the bottom. So you've got E flat, G, and C. Okay, after that, or along with that, you've got these 2 C's in the left hand. An octave below middle C is your first one, and the one below that is your second one, okay? Now that's your first chord, and then you play it again and move down to the second chord, which is B flat. On the right hand, that's going to be D, F, and B flat. On the left hand, 2 B flats. And then you move back up to your C minor chord. Now let's talk about how these are played. These are staccato, meaning you play them quick and fast, almost like you're pretending your piano keys are like hot. They're too hot to touch. You can't stand them. You gotta get off of them, okay? The other thing is you're accenting each of these. So accenting means pushing into them more than normal. So this is a very loud, hard, aggressive section, okay? And that's gonna happen everywhere except for a couple spots, which we'll talk about as we go. So, that first chord is on the 1, 1, 2, and the 3, and so on 3 you hit the next one, and on the of 3 you move down to B flat. So 3 E and then on the and of 4 you hit this one. So 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and okay, 1 E and the 2 E and 3 E and the 4 E and okay. All right, and then after that, that C and B flat and C minor, the C minor, B flat, and C minor repeat themselves. Okay, and then after that, you're gonna play the C minor again, and then move down to E flat over G. So in the right hand, that's B flat, E flat, and G. And down here in the left hand, that is 2 Gs. Okay, and then you move up to this A flat. So in the right hand, that's middle C, E flat, and A flat, 2 A flats in the left hand. And this chord is not staccato. This one is held. So you hold it for an entire bar. So 1, 2, 3, and then you go back to the beginning. Now, when you start over like this, there's a longer hold before you go into the second one. It's just an 1/8 note longer. So the first time you go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and up. But this time we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and. So it's on the and of 3 instead of 3. So it's held just a little bit longer. So it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. That's the only difference. All right? And then you repeat that section that goes. Okay? So I'm going to play through this entire 8 bars very slowly so you guys have time to look at the chords. And I'm going to hold the chords a little bit longer than you're supposed to just so you can get a good look at them. Okay? Here we go. So now let's play them staccato like they're supposed to be, only slowly. Here we go. 3, 4. So that it brings us to the end of the intro. So the intro starts with these notes. And then it goes through that entire section. Okay? Now after that, we have the instrumental section. This is where the band kind of starts playing the groove, because in these, in the recording, it's just these big cymbal crashes with the band, and the whole band's in, but they're all just playing those staccato chords. But now we actually start a groove. Okay? So here is the instrumental section. It starts down here. All right, so let's talk about those chords. So we start on C minor with G on the bottom in the right hand. So G, C, and E flat. Now the left hand starts immediately with that chord. It starts this left hand pattern of just C's on quarter notes. So you're just going to play this and hold it the entire 8 bars of the instrumental. It sounds kind of annoying by itself like this, but anyway, that's what's happening. So just lock that in. The left hand just holds those octave C's the entire section. Okay, so let's talk about the rhythms and the chords of the right hand. So 1. So that's, again, C minor with G on the bottom, and then it moves down to B flat with F on the bottom, okay? So that's F, B flat, and D, and back up to our C minor chord, okay? So G, C, and E flat. All right, then after that, it's gonna do this. It's gonna move down to A flat, and it's an A flat, E flat, A flat, and middle C in the right hand. So the whole right hand section, slowly. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Again. So on the second time through, at the very end, it ends this section with 3 of those. G, middle C, and G. Okay? So let's do the whole right hand one more time at tempo. And I'm going to count out loud this time so you know exactly where each beat falls. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's talk about what chords you play staccato and which ones you hold, okay? So the first one is staccato, and those next two are also staccato, but when you come back up to the C minor, you're gonna hold it through to the second C in the left hand after you play, or the second beat. So it's like this. 1, 1, off, okay? And then you go back, 1, off. Play this, you hold this chord the entire bar. Okay, so 1, 2, hold, off, hold, off, hold, 2, 3, and then we start over. Hold, off, hold, off, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then at the end of that one, 2, 3, 4. All right. All right. So let's do that again. And this time we'll add our quarter note left hand. Here we go. 2, 3, and off. Now I should mention that when we move our right hand down to that A flat, the left hand does the same thing. So we go left hand, move down to A flat. That's the only variation in the left hand. So it's 3 bars of C's. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, A flat. Okay? So we're gonna do it again, and this time we're gonna bring it back to tempo all the way through to the end. Here we go. 2, 3, and that sets us up for our interlude. So that brings us to the end of the instrumental section. All right, guys, I'm going to go back to the very beginning and play the entire section for you at tempo. Okay, here we go. Here's the intro. Here we go. 2, 3, and. Instrumental section. All right, so that's the intro and the instrumental to Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Hope you guys will join us for the other sections over at HDpiano.com. If you've enjoyed this lesson and this video, we hope you'll subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, drop a comment below, come out and find us on social media. We'd love to talk to you there. This has been a blast. My name is JC, and this is HD Piano. We'll see you over at HDpiano.com, home of the hybrid piano lesson. You guys take care.